New one RAV4.
Cash back from Toyota Motor Sales USA Inc. varies by region. See dealer for details. All friends March 1st, 2021.
Visit your Utah Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Right now, Allstate has almost as many ways to save as there are types of music. Save for being a new customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent to get a quote. Find out how much you can save today. Allstate. Now that should be music to your ears.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
From the Carrier HVAC studio, this is KCNS FM Colville, KCNS AM Salt Lake City, 97.5 1280 The Zone, and the Zone Sports Network. Oh my! Utah Jazz Sound Flash.
I think the biggest thing, is the willingness that we have as a team. That's where it first starts. We have that as a whole, 1 through 15, and I think that's what makes it special. That's what makes it fun. We enjoy making those passes to each other, and I think that's what makes this group special. That's not always the case. We're passing up shots to get a better shot. There's shots we take that are good, and we find a greater one. There's just a bunch of times where it's just like fun to make that pass, and I think that's really rubbing off on everybody.
Donovan Mitchell talking there about the Jazz moving the basketball. Right now, Derek Favors throws a terrible pass over Donovan Mitchell. Donovan tries to save it. Herter steals it. Then Herter loses the dribble. Favors steals it. And Donovan, the slam dunk champion, with no one around him, goes up to dunk and misses. There was no one within 5 yards of him.
No one. That's what happens. You take your eye off the dunk, and you hit the back of the rim.
Back cut, knocked away. Donovan steals, pushes ahead to O'Neal. He's got green grass ahead of him, and he'll hit the end zone. By the way, Donovan's soundbite brought to you by Vivint Smart Security, professionally installed. 19-11 Jazz. They lead by 8. They jumped on a 10-0 run early. Hawks are without DeAndre Hunter, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and Trae Young tonight. Right side, Goodwin. Pass up top to Herter, who's their really best scorer available, along with John Collins. Back to Goodwin, misses the 3. O'Neal rebounds. Royce, the second leading rebounder for the Jazz on the season. Right side, Donovan. Donovan between the circles, terminates. We've got a foul as Favors was rolling the 6-foot-tall Goodwin into the post. They're really thin tonight, Ron. Danilo Gallinari, Solomon Hill are in the game. But then Goodwin doesn't play much. And from there, they got Knight, Mays, maybe Snell, Fernando. They're limited.
Yeah, Goodwin got in the ballgame for 6 seconds against the Dallas Mavericks, and so he does not get in the ballgame that often.
Rondo's their backup point guard. He's their third point guard. Right wing, Ingles. Forgot the basketball on a drive, goes back to get it. Guarded by Capella, underhand scoop to Donovan. Donovan, high angle right. Double teamed on the basketball. No one's coming to it at all. So he has to force up a prayer. It bounces off the rim, no good. O'Neal stole the rebound from Capella. Pushes it to Ingles. Lobs it down low to Favors. He gets fouled by Gallinari. I don't know about what Joe Ingles just did right there.
I don't either.
He bypassed a wide open 3 for someone for a layup. What does he think this is? We're not supposed to be giving up bypassing 3s for layups.
Especially with Joe, the way he's as hot as he's been in the three-point line as of late. The last 5 games, in the last 27 attempts, he's made 13.
That's 50%.
Yeah.
That's 1.5. That's 1.5 points a shot. We're not giving that up for a layup. First free throw from Favors is good. Now we got a blood timeout. No, we don't. I take it back. Royce O'Neal was just checking out of the game. Sorry, guys. Sometimes it's tough. We're off a TV screen on these road games. And when the TV follows Royce O'Neal, we think it's for that reason. Favors splits the free throws. The 3 would have been a much better opportunity.
Absolutely.
Doesn't he know? Here's Tony Snell. He's been a veteran kind of 3-and-D guy. He was in Detroit most recently. Gallinari, great foul drawer, working on Clarkson, throws up an air ball, but Favors grabbing the rebound, loses it off the rim. Capella picks it back up, misses the 1-footer. Rebound Derek. Conley on the push. Conley hands it up to Clarkson. Rare minutes for Mike Conley, not with Rudy Gobert on the floor. Clarkson driving straight down the lane, gets to the dotted line, push shot too hard off the handle. Capella outlets to Goodwin. Goodwin cut off by Conley nicely. Great transition defense. Jazz now have their half-court defense set. Favors is mismatched on Gallinari. He'll shoot a 3 over the top of him. No good. Rebound comes down to Conley. The Hawks are 1 of 6 from 3, 5 of 20 to start.
I love how Conley gets into the paint below the free throw line. Gets a lot of rebounds like that.
He's averaging about 5 a game. He goes behind the Favors pick here, fires the 3, misses. And the rebound comes down to Gallinari. Mike's three-point shooting off a little bit. Last 5 games, 35%.
13 of his last 37.
That's right about the number I said. Here comes Goodwin driving, shoves off on Conley. He'll call a blocking foul on Conley. The other guy who's cooled off a little as the Jazz lead at 20-11 is Jordan Clarkson. Jordan over the last 5 games just 32% from 3.
You want that number as well?
Sure, what is that?
1646.
Thank you very much. Did you prep today, huh? You didn't do it on a van down by the river, though.
No, I did not.
2011 Utah. Great defensive quarterback. Goodwin, angle right, wide open 3, missed it. Gobert rebounds. Jazz are the 3rd best defensive rebounding team in the first quarter of games as Gobert throws the outlet pass away.
You've got 3 playmakers on this team that Quinn said. We have 3 playmakers. You got Conley, you got Joe Ingles, and you got Donovan Mitchell. He passes up Joe Ingles to get the ball, to throw the ball behind to Conley.
Not a great play.
Not a good play.
Capella bounces it down low. Gallinari ball fakes Gobert into the air, draws the foul and scores. Gallinari, one of the best foul drawers in the NBA. Well, the Jazz started brilliantly, have not been very sharp since. They still lead at 20-13, though. Jazz went 4 of 6 to start from the floor, and then have not hit as Hawks are warming up a tiny bit here. Quinn Snyder on the sideline after the Rudy Gobert play. Taps his head. My favorite part is he pulled down his mask and then tapped his head. It actually, the whole thing would have worked with the mask on. But the other day I was talking to Bowler. I took down my mask so I could hear him. Think about that. Conley fires a quick 3, misses badly.
Oh, wide right. That doesn't happen that often.
Well, it didn't look like it had a chance. Mike's 0 for 2 to start today. Has 2 fouls already. Here's Solomon Hill. Hill, down low to Capella. Gobert's between him and the basket. He tries to step through, misses. Capella's 1 for 6 on Rudy tonight. And Derek. Here comes Ingles. Underhand scoop to Clarkson. Clarkson behind the 3-point line. Driving on Hill. Gets in the lane. Pushes off and gets called for an offensive foul. Jazz have lost their mojo a little bit right now.
Well, the Jazz have 4 fouls. Conley 2, Clarkson 2.
20-14 is the score. Hawks working their way back into this game. Goodwin, their 3rd string point guard, playing because Trae Young's injury. Top to Gallinari. Here's Goodwin again. He works out the right side, pulls up into a 20-foot jump shot short. Offensive rebound, Gallinari. Gallo pullback jumper, no good. Rebound tapped around, loose. 4 Jazz players battling, and somehow Goodwin, who's 6 feet tall, comes out of the pack with it. Down low to Snell, driving, tapped out of bounds by Gobert. Jazz defense has been very good, which is lucky because the offense is kind of checked off here for a second. Clint Capella has 9 rebounds in the first quarter tonight.
Well, they crashed the boards. You can see right now Rudy's really having to fight for rebounds.
5th best offensive rebounding team in the league.
The Jazz are number 1.
That is not how I have it anymore, but maybe that's on percentages.
Did you say offense?
Pure mass, yeah.
No, they're the best defensive, best overall rebounding team.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do by percentages of available rebounds. Jazz are 4th, Hawks are 5th. 20-14 is the score. 28.4 seconds left. George Niang in the game, wearing a little bit of a sleeve on his right leg that he doesn't always wear. Some of the Jazz players probably wearing out a little bit. They're playing a lot of games in a lot of days, and this stretch is going to be something else.
That's the gas pedal knee, isn't it, for the minivan on the right leg? Yeah.
Shot clock, game clock are about the same. Jazz haven't had a field goal in 3:50, and Conley turns it over. And an outlet pass to Goodwin. Conley jumps in front of him. Mike Conley has 3 fouls in the first quarter.
Yeah, that pass, not a good pass, kind of behind Clarkson. And if Clarkson would have opened up a little quicker, probably would have been able to catch. I wonder how long it's been since Conley hasn't scored in the first quarter.
Well, Mike has been a plus-minus marvel for the Jazz, and he's done. He could be done for the half. The Jazz have been very specific about some of their rotations and the groups they've played with, and they now are suddenly going to have to fiddle with those rotations a little bit. I don't know that Quinn would sit Mike for 12 straight minutes. We'll see. 10.8 seconds left. Goodwin makes both free throws, and the Jazz lead, which was as much as 11, is now down to 4. Donovan comes to the front court. Jazz have struggled at times when Donovan's played the point. He's going to have a lot of minutes here with it. Donovan pulls himself into a mid-range jumper and misses. Donovan finishes the quarter 3 for 9 shooting, and he took a lot of mid-range shots in that quarter. You don't mind it so much with Donovan because he's a scorer, but Donovan goes 1 for 5 on long twos in the quarter. And the Jazz lead is 20-16 on the Jazz Radio Network.
Attention business owners.